Let me just turn on my treadmill because we're walking today. We're going for a walk together. Whoop! We're going for a walk together. I'm still not used to this thing, but you know what? We live, we grow, we learn, and my body needs to move. So we're doing our angel readings on the move today. Now, what I am going to do is today, I've got our Mermaids and Angels Oracle card deck, okay? And I haven't used these in a long time. So we're going to see how it's going to come out. But these can be insanely blunt and accurate. So let's have some fun. Oh, great spirit, Father, sky, Mother, earth, the winds, the waters, my father, my mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, amen, namaste. Okay, let's rock and roll. First question. Dear Sky, I'd like to get guidance on synchronicity. I feel I've lost my alignment with time about 10 to 11 years ago. Not sure what happened then. How do I step back into synchronicity in my life? Thank you. Okay, so it's quite interesting because this is the only card deck I've ever seen except my husband's that has the word synchronicity in it. So let's see what it has to say. Okay, so stay optimistic. What they're on, you actually got two cards instead of one, and the other one is you're being helped. So what happens is that sometimes we give up hope. Something happens and hope becomes painful. We start thinking that it's easier to stop believing that good things are going to happen for us than to deal with the failure or the disappointment of it taking so long or of it not having happened yet, or making the changes that we're being asked to make, right? In order for it to happen or for us to become who we need to become. So I love the affirmations. What's it called? Good things always happen to me. I'm in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. So I'll give you an example because I was a bit the same. I had some very hard, challenges last year, and I wasn't conscious of it, but most of our emotions are unconscious. But I was like holding my breath. I was in that energy of being slightly sad all the time. And I started saying the affirmations, I trust life. Everything is happening for me. Only good things happen to me. I am, the luckiest girl in the multiverse. And I've been wanting to go to the Sea Life Center with my son for quite a long time. But my husband had been very busy at work, so we hadn't had a chance. And that very same day I started saying the affirmations, my husband came to me and said, do you want to go to the Sea Life Center? So off we went to the Sea Life Center. When we're halfway there, my husband was saying, it's going to be expensive. Maybe we should do something else. And I was like, no, it's not going to be expensive. It's going to be fine. We need the family time, etc. But I'd been saying the affirmations, only good things happen to me. I'm the luckiest person in the world. So we get out of the car and it's really beautiful around the Sea Life Center. It's right next to the ocean. And my son and my husband are playing in the water, but I need to go to the bathroom. So I'm like, I'm just going to run up and use the loo. And then you guys can join me up there in the Sea Life Center. And I'm going up the path to the Sea Life Center. And I'm not sure which building is the Sea Life Center. There's two. They look similar. I'm sitting there going, is that one the Sea Life Center? Is this one the Sea Life Center? And I ask a family that's coming down the hill. I go, hey, I know you just came because I can see that they've got young kids from the Sea Life Center. Can you tell me which building it is? And the father turns around and goes, it's this one on the left. And then he says to me, do you want a free ticket? We've just come out. We're not going back. We're a family of 4. No point you paying twice. And I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, I forgot how being in the flow works. I forgot how effortless it can be. I forgot how easy it can be, right? So it just keeps going like that. But that's why I say keep focused on the positive. It's a feeling shift, not just a thought shift. So sometimes it takes doing something to shift your mood, like, literally buying yourself something luxurious or going for a run or doing some breath work or listening to an energy clearing meditation. But the feeling in you, that exhaustion, that hopelessness has to move. And then, oh, you can see it moving in me. And then it starts to manifest, and it starts to manifest quickly, right? So let's just take a moment. We're going to call in the mermaids and the angels, because we're doing mermaids today, and get them to clear any unconscious blocks that you have to synchronicity. Okay. Oh, me too. I think we're going to do that one for me too. Okay, let's go. Hi, beautiful sky. I'd love to know if the angels have any message for me today, and any message related to health, because I'm feeling really swollen these days. Thank you, Carolina. So leeks, the French women have known this for a very long time, but leeks are an incredible remedy for water retention and bloating. But your angels are actually showing me, Archangel Raphael's coming in super strong, and he's like showing me you've got an allergy, to dairy going on, darling. So, or an intolerance that's causing a lot of the bloating. But activated charcoal will help you with the bloating as well. What do the mermaids and angels have to say? Friends. Make a play date for friends with one or more friends. So it's that this is the energy of everything being too stressed. You're not really having any time to yourself. You need to shift perspective. You being in like that old stuck energy. Like make time to play, make time to have joy, which seems to be like a theme today, right? Of making time to play, making time to make things light, everything being far too serious. Dear Sky, what messages do the angels have for me this February? Thank you, Gabriella. Let's have a look. Boom, 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 boom. Rest. You've been working hard. Take a nap and get some rest. So one of the most powerful ways to manifest is to think about what it is that you want with joy right before you fall asleep, and let your unconscious mind work on it. If you want to manifest a client, if you want to manifest a soulmate, if you want to manifest a good outcome to a difficult situation, one of the most powerful things you can do is go for a nap, because you let go of whatever it is that you're trying to control or what you're holding on to, and it allows the universe to put you into flow again. Okay, so it's rest, right? Rest is so connected to receiving and allowing yourself to receive all things without you having to go into effort. I have to do more, I have to be more, I have to have more. You just rest in that feminine state, and then you can receive what it is that the universe has for you. Okay, hi Sky, can I get advice from my angels regarding my soul purpose and reviving my passion towards life, because recently I feel exhausted emotionally? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, it says ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. So if you're exhausted emotionally, there's two reasons for that. One is lack of organizational skills, and the other is often lack of leadership skills. So one of the hardest things about rising is that you then have to organize and lead other people. And most healers are really not organized, right? Not even with we don't even understand what we do in a day or how we do it. There's no strategy. And we have no idea how to organize other people, but that's what is required, whether you are leading a group through a workshop or whether you are managing your own team. That's what's required. So it's very often exhaustion is like, we think it comes from taking on too much or overwhelm, but 99% of the time it comes from bad organizational skills and bad project management skills, and us not understanding how much support we need. I'll give you an example with most women that I work with. They normally, even if they're like stay-at-home parents or things like that, they normally have no idea how much work they do. They have no idea how much time they spend cleaning, how much time they spend doing groceries, how much time they spend with their kids, how much time they spend with their partner, how much time they spend doing the laundry. So let's say that they want to start a part-time job, right? You have no idea what it's going to cost to replace the services you're performing at home. If you're cooking, cleaning, taking care of children, taking care of a partner, this is a role, it's a job that needs to be replaced. So what a lot of the women that I have worked with try and do is try and force their partners to take on the role that they used to have, which always ends in, absolute disaster, because nobody, nobody wants to be what's called forced to do anything, right? But it's that energy of refusing to be present with what it is that you're doing, and knowing what it is and being able to organize it and then being able to delegate it. So clarity is king. If you're emotionally exhausted, where are you disorganized? Where are you giving away too much of your time? Where are you not organizing your time? Where are you not putting any space for rest inside the calendar? Where are you not asking for help? It's that energy of having to clear the decks, take back your power so that you can start feeling like you have some breathing space again, right? But organization is key. So let's take a moment. Let's just do an energetic clearing around getting organized, because it's really, really important. Okay. Changing my glasses. Don't think I like these ones. I like my pink ones better. But my son got hold of my blue light glasses the other day, and they were a little bit bent and wobbly, so I thought I'd try. I got 6 together, and he bent them a little bit, so these ones are better. Okay, hi Sky. I have a question about growing my business. I'm really confused in what language I should use to grow my business. Is it in my native tongue or in English? Can I get help with this, please? It will help decrease the confusion that has stopped me from moving forward. Okay, so whenever I'm talking about clients with this, I always say both. English first, translation second. So you guys know I speak English and Portuguese fluently, and then I speak reasonable French and reasonable Spanish. I wouldn't say it's fluent, but enough to get by on a holiday, or in a hotel, or I'm in a conversation, right? I wouldn't say good enough to do healing in, but definitely good enough to navigate. So when you're doing multiple languages and you want to work with people in both languages, then you start with English because it's the globally accepted language, and then have the translation in your language underneath. Okay, because everybody's taught how to read English, and the more clients speak English than any other language in the world, and then you have your translation underneath, so you're not excluding anybody from the language that you would like to include them in. You can also put it at the bottom of every post. Sessions available in Spanish, Mandarin, Portuguese, Chinese, English, whatever language it is that you speak, so that your clients are aware. Same thing at the bottom of your website, but your main text, etc., should be in English, and then have a translation underneath, or literally writing underneath the text, translations available on request. Okay. But it should be both. Never cut off the language where you came from. But when it comes to marketing, the world communicates through countries in English. So that's where we have to go. Kind of like when in Rome, do you like the Romans? Hi, lovely Sky. I'm triggered so much today because I had again experience with people that they don't want to work their job and blame me for their responsibility. And I'm waiting for my new passport and ID for the summer, and they lost my documents in the institution. As always, putting responsibility on me, even offending me verbally that I've never been there or that I didn't give all the documents. Always need to explain to them that this is their mistake, not mine, and that happened on this. Yeah, I don't receive access because email wasn't correct. I give the right information. And on portal, can you see why this is happening and why I create this situation over and over again? This is a trauma response. So when you have a trauma as a little child, and especially if you didn't do something wrong and your parents blamed you for doing something wrong, you're repeating the pattern that when you ask for what you need or when you stand up for yourself, you're going to be punished, because the core belief is that it's your fault. Right? So you have to go back and release the guilt. Emotion is more powerful than reason. So you can understand this and intellectualize it, but the guilt will be more powerful than any knowledge or understanding. So you're going to have to go into meditation or trance, go back and heal the inner child. But this is a guilt wound. This is, deep down, you think it's your fault, right? That bad things happen, but also it puts you in a state of constant anxiety and constant fear of people attacking you or coming at you, and then you miss things, or emails go different places, or you can't log on to something, or it's a constant state of right? So it's the emotion that you need to clear is the guilt. The pattern is like being afraid of people attacking you when you ask for your needs. And this is something that's really important to understand from an adult perspective, is that there are two sides to every situation, which is it's a very difficult thing for people to understand, but it's true. So it's that when you're in a little child energy and somebody tells you their side, you don't want them to have a side. You'd want them to completely believe your version of events. From an adult perspective, you both explain how you feel, and then you find a solution. But you come at it from the understanding of every situation has two people, kind of like two people standing at opposite sides of an elephant, and they're both describing their side of the elephant. And they're trying to get to an understanding of what the elephant is. When you're a little child, you think that they're lying. They're like feeling the same part of the elephant you are, and they're not telling the truth. What's more common is that people are feeling a completely different part of the elephant. Like they're touching a leg, you're touching the trunk, or you're touching the ear and they're touching the tail. And the more mature you are, the more that you understand that there is more than one understanding of an experience. Just like you can, let's say you're dealing with 3 different children in a nursery, and they are all playing with blocks, and somebody gets hurt, and they'll all tell you slightly different versions of what happened, right? So and I went through a lot of this in evidence for law school, but it's that energy of shifting from a child black and white, I'm right, you're wrong perspective, shifting into this rainbow of the moving through the right versus wrong to how can we solve this problem, right? Or how can we come to the other side of it. But the core emotion is guilt and the belief that it is your fault. That's what you'd have to clear. And a fear of being, because obviously if people attack you or you think things are your fault, then you're not going to want people anywhere near you, right? It's going to be dangerous to have people near you or to see what you're doing. So then it's easier to create problems or sabotage the relationship before it goes any further. So it's that energy of like a preemptive strike. I'm going to break up with them before they break up with me. I'm going to pick a fight with them because before they see my flaws. Those energy of people aren't safe, so I have to find a way of pushing them away. So I'm going to ask the angels to help you to release that, but this is something that is going to require a proper healing, my love. Okay, Maria. Hi, Sky. What message did the angels have for me? What am I allowed to receive today? Okay, Maria, let's have a look. Okay. Whoop! Okay, card jumped. The message for you is consult an expert. It says more information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in this area. You have a fear of not being able to afford the advice that you need. They're saying that you need an accountant or a lawyer or like a relationship expert, and you're bypassing asking the expert for advice. I'm not sure if you need therapy or coaching, but there's an energy of I'm going to try and do it myself, and they're saying, please get help with this. It's going to save you time. It's going to save you money. It's going to save you energy. So please get help. Okay. Okay. Next person. Still getting used to this treadmill. Okay. Dear Sky, it's Anita here. Hi, beautiful. Thank you very much for my reading yesterday. Very helpful. You're welcome, beautiful. Sending loads of love to you. Sending loads of love right back. Hi, Sky. Please, can I have an angel reading? That's Barbara Young. I live for all that you do and how much my life has been improved. Oh, you're welcome, beautiful. You are welcome. Okay. Okay. Oh, treasure chest for you today. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. So you're about to receive abundance. So stay in this energy, stay in this positive energy. You can see how the abundance she's in the dark, right? And it's glowing. I remember when I first created Medical Intuitive, and I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I wasn't sure if it was going to do well as a modality. And I had a lot of I had a lot of fear because it was such a big investment. It was an investment to get the marketing. It was an investment to pay the team. And it was the first time I was switching from teaching someone else's modality to teaching my own. And I remember getting this card the morning I was speaking to one of the marketing professionals. And in the meeting, she then confirmed it. She didn't know I had drawn the card, but she told me that I was sitting on a gold mine and I didn't know it. So it's this energy of knowing that your gifts are a gold mine, and you already have all the abundance that you need inside you, which when you have trust wounds is very hard to believe, or a gift wound. But the reality is that you do have everything you need abundance-wise inside you. And if you let yourself believe that you have something special, then other people will reflect that back to you, and it will also activate in them that they have special divine gifts too. So let's take a moment, just ask the mermaids and the angels to help you navigate that energy so that you can fully tap into your unseen windfall of abundance. Okay. Sophia saying, hey, Skylar. Hi, beautiful. Okay, Montu's is saying, hi, Sky. If you can please let me know if my partner is my soulmate, and also my relationship or any relationship or life advice the angels have for me. So one of the reasons I love working with the mermaids deck is because mermaids water represents the unconscious, and mermaids represent an aspect of our psyche that can navigate our unconscious with ease, particularly our female. Like using that divine feminine energy to navigate our unconscious emotions. Let's have a look. What is our advice, mermaids, for Montu's soulmate relationship? Oh, yes, your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. So you asked if he's your soulmate. Yes. Okay. He is your soulmate. There's an energy around commitment here. So it's really like you can see that she's actually got pearls woven into her hair along with seashells. There's an energy of self-care, like really really allowing yourself to work on your worth and work on your feminine and stay in your power. So one of the things, particularly nowadays with gender roles can get so mixed up. Men in particular can pull us, and women can pull men out of their masculine. Men can pull women out of their feminine, and then the polarity is destroyed. When there's polarity, there's no chemistry, there's arguments. The chemistry in the relationship starts to go. So they're saying really, and my husband, he was very funny with this in the beginning. He would say, why don't you come on to me, or why don't you come after me, and I didn't know the answer, but I knew in my womb, I knew in my heart that if I did the things he was asking me to do, it wasn't going to work anyway, right? So people can give you solutions to relationship problems, like wear sexy lingerie or make an effort, and these things help. But they don't create polarity. What creates polarity is you being in your self, is you being whole, and your partner being in themselves and them being whole. So no amount of lingerie was going to help if you're in an energy that that isn't yours, and that isn't actually able to receive, right? Not able to receive pleasure, not able to give praise, not soft, so it can't be connected with or entered. You could be wearing the sexiest, lingerie or dress on the planet, and your energy can be closed off, cold, distant. So it's understanding that it's a lot more than just communication, and it's a lot more than the way that we're dressed. It's who we're being, right? So when you want a relationship to soften, the first thing is for you to soften. When you want somebody to come to you and communicate and connect with you, you have to look at, is my energy open? Am I able to connect with somebody, or am I closed? Am I pushing them away? Is there a wall? Do I feel safe? Does this person give me what I need to feel safe? This is a very powerful one for women, is that we are not supposed to just let anybody do whatever they want with us, emotionally, sexually, spiritually, etc. You have discernment. So if you're not feeling safe emotionally, mentally, or spiritually with your partner, then you're not going to open, right? So both emotionally, spiritually, physically, or sexually, you will not open. You'll be like a closed door. And so you should be, until the environment is safe, right? So it's that energy of going into your feminine and trusting its power to work its magic. and letting your soulmate shift, change, move in the way that they need to move so that they can meet you in the right polarity for the chemistry to be reborn. But it's quite hard to hold your ground whilst they're working their stuff out when it's your own wound, right? But one thing I do promise you, because I did it for many years, chasing, pleading, begging, arguing, none of that stuff works, right? But worthiness works, being in your feminine works, knowing that you deserve your good works, focusing on good. So you're doing your meditation, your self-care, pouring into yourself what it is that you wish you were getting from your partner. All of these things work, okay? Just going to bring in the romance angels and the romance mermaids, not that I've ever done that before, to help you out with any unconscious blocks that you have letting your soulmate in. Okay, Eva saying, hi Sky, my name is Eva. I ask guidance from my angels about my career, my new job that I started recently, and my soul partner that I'm still waiting on, please. Thank you. Okay. So when I'm tuning into you, your energy is actually very closed. I'm having to go through a wall to be able to see you. But when I'm pulling a card for your career, the card that I'm getting is stay optimistic. Okay, and then you're being helped. Third time these cards have come out today. Okay, so I'm gonna have a little bit of a rant here because you guys are being negative. The angels cards don't lie. The mermaids don't lie. If you are not practicing peace, if you are not saying your affirmations, if you're not listening to positive hypnosis recordings, if you are not making an effort to stay in a positive energy, the world is going to pull you into fear because the world is a fearful place. You cannot step out of the door or switch on your phone without hearing negative messages from the media, from other people about what they're going through. So unless you connect to peace and to God first, to your angels first, unless you make a conscious effort to stay in the positive, reality can suck you back in very quickly into the negative. So even just 3 minutes of meditation can change the whole course of your day. But you guys have to make an effort. This energy of, like we talked about, this apathy, this negativity, this self-neglect, it has to move. So we're just going to bring in Archangel Michael to help you step into your power, take more responsibility, make an effort. Step out of this learned helplessness, stepping into empowered consciousness. You can have been victimized by a person, a situation, or an event, but you are not a victim. Okay, there we go. So there's an energy of staying positive, moving forward, but needing to shift your energy, both for the soulmate and the career. There's too much cynicism, there's too much bitterness, there's too much apathy. So that's the guidance that you're getting is, come on, take more responsibility, level up. It's time to change the energy in here. Okay. Hi, Sky. Can I have a reading for my divine life purpose? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Father healing. Okay. Your personal power increases as any father-related issues are given to heaven. So when it comes to working on power, you're always looking at the solar plexus chakra or the liver area, and it can come from either giving or receiving. So father wound is about giving, so providing energy, not being able to be provided for, and resenting providing for others. So you're looking at your father in childhood either not being able to provide or resenting providing, or always not giving emotionally or not giving spiritually, just giving financially. You're looking at provision, switching from father's provision to divine father provision, and activating that divine masculine within you so that it knows that it's its divine birthright to provide, just like the birthright of the feminine is to receive, right? So let's just do a general energy clearing on that, but this is going to take some father forgiveness work as well. You may want to pull your father in front of you, bring him in front of you in that white light of all that is, and say what you have to say, do what you have to do, so that you can release these toxic energies or these emotions around control, money, Okay. Hi, Sky. Thank you for your generosity with the readings. You're welcome. Beautiful. Any guidance on if I should apply for this life coaching program and my daughter's school? It's great, but straining finances. So let's do one thing at a time. Let's do the coaching program with the first card and your daughter's school with the second. Okay, so playtime for manifesting. We're back to that. It's getting too serious. You need to laugh. You need to play. You need to have some fun. It's blocking the flow of abundance. It's blocking your creativity. So they're saying, should you apply for another coaching program? The energy of this feels like you're trying to earn the good in your life instead of letting yourself enjoy things. One qualification after another qualification. There's nothing wrong with learning when it's coming from a place of joy and when it's part of your divine life purpose. But if you already have loads of healing and coaching qualifications, the qualification is not your problem. The problem is your inability to apply what you know. So applying, knowing without applying is the same as not knowing, right? Your certificates are not shelf decoration. They're there for you to be able to help people. Let's ask about your daughter's school. So it's a yes, right? You said the school is great, but it's straining finances. So your intuition is correct. I'm getting a feeling that this is about money. Like it's when I'm tuning into, it's an energy of you feeling like you're not allowed to earn more or you don't make enough. So I can't recommend Rachel Rogers' book, We Should All Be Millionaires, enough around this. Literally, she goes into depth into imposter syndrome, and she talks about how we're not spending too much, we're earning too little, particularly as women, and why the psychology of why women are under earning and why we're asking for too little, and what we think of each other when it comes to asking for money or needing money. So some very dark archetypes around females earning money and the way they treat each other when they're earning money. You know, if you think about a woman that if you think that a woman's job for centuries was marriage, and you think that the women that married wealthy men people thought they were gold diggers, right? So it's this energy of women really hating other women for having a beautiful life or having abundance. So can we clear that competitive energy? Any place where you judge yourself for wanting money, needing money, creating money, and where you judge others for wanting money, needing money, creating money, because judgment does not heal greed. That's a much deeper healing. The only thing that heals greed is knowing that you have incredible gifts that can provide for you. Greed comes from a belief that you do not have the ability to create money, that you do not have the ability to create abundance. And then you need to take it from someone else. There we go. You believe there's not enough, so you'll hoard it, even if you have loads of it, because emotions trump reason every single time. Okay, there we go. Okay. Sophia saying, hi, Sky. Last week you mentioned to me that I have no self-worth, except I have no idea how to even build self-worth. What do you recommend to build self-worth? Well, you start by taking a fearless trauma inventory, right? You start by looking at the places in your life where you were taught that you didn't deserve good. You know, the places where your parents taught you don't deserve things, whether that was the supermarket or when you wanted to go horse riding or when you wanted the expensive dress. You know, where were you told that you didn't deserve good things, or that you deserving good things was causing stress, pressure, selfishness, a problem, right? So you start by looking at the places where you were taught that you weren't worth what you wanted to have. And then you look at the patterns in your family. Did your parents believe that they deserve good things, or were they constantly finding ways, you know, to make ends meet, to Were they always beating themselves up? Were they deeply critical? So you start with looking at what you learned and who you learned it from, right? Because that is the undoing, making the unconscious conscious. And then you have to do the dialogue, the forgiveness work, to shift that trauma so that you can then believe the truth, which is worthiness is a birthright. You have always deserved all your good, right? And that you have access to, unlimited good right now. It's available to you. It's available to you from the divine gifts God put in you. It's available to you from the planet. It's available to you from the universe, and you can start trusting life again. But we had, the consultant expert card. So it's a very good time to actually get your healing sessions organized to work on worthiness. I told you I worked on worthiness the whole of last year. That was one of my core issues around worthiness. So it's really important, right? It's really important to look at that. Okay. Hi, Sky. I just want to know about my purpose. What is my soul purpose? You're a healer, darling. You're a healer, spiritual teacher, author. Okay, here saying, hi, Skylar. What's blocking me to conceive naturally? Is it safe to conceive this year? So the biggest thing I'm seeing when I'm looking at you is stress. You needing to rest and you needing to get proper nutrition. It's like there's huge amount of stress and anxiety around conceiving. So I would look at the mother wound. What's your biggest fears about becoming a mother, and work through them. I have when I'm asking the angels if it's safe for you to conceive this year, they're showing me that yes, it's part of your divine timing. Yeah. And come on, let's just draw a card for you. Have faith. Right, your prayers are manifesting, remain positive and follow your guidance. So when it comes to manifesting, I had 2 miscarriages early on in my life, and I really was worried because of my underactive thyroid issues that I was going to have trouble with fertility, and I had a lot of unconscious fears that I might somehow hurt my child or have a child that was differently abled. So especially because I'd worked with so many differently abled children when I was a teenager, so I had to sit down and work through all those fears and let them go. There's so much stuff when it comes to pregnancy, but also motherhood that is completely out of our control. So it requires us to have faith, and it also requires you to use the principles of manifestation, that you're constantly visualizing what you want. So you want to visualize having a perfect pregnancy. You want to visualize taking your right supplements and exercising every day and doing excellent self-care and really bonding and attaching with the baby in the womb and talking to it every day and reading to it every day, even when it's inside your belly. And you want to really, start creating consciously, start speaking fertility over your life, start speaking joy. It's kind of like you using, in Course in Miracles, they call it positive denial, where you are, really connecting to only what you want and letting everything else fall away so that it can manifest. When I was manifesting my son, I walked around for a whole 48 hours with a balloon underneath my jumper, just like I would when I was a little girl, pretending that I was pregnant, right? So it's okay to have fun with it, but make sure that you're actually starting to feel the joy of it. Cut out a paper pregnancy test and draw the the X of I'm pregnant on it. Imagine yourself jumping up and down and saying I'm pregnant. This is something that we work through in the Fierce Fertility program as well, which is why I made it separate, the medical intuitive, because the mother wound is its own beast, and so is the pregnancy and childbirth stuff. They're archetypes that are huge. So that's why I put them all in one place, and why it's a course in and of its own energy. But literally the principles of manifestation apply. You want to create a positive pregnancy. You want to imagine yourself running around celebrating the birth. You want to imagine yourself having like a gender reveal party. When you go out to the shops, you want to touch the baby clothes and buy the little baby booties and walk down the supermarket going, my baby's going to have this, and my baby's going to have that, and my baby's going to have this one. And you want to put all your energy into the baby's coming and I'm going to get prepared, instead of I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to, because it might not happen. You want to tell your unconscious mind, conceive, right? Bear fruit, have babies, get pregnant. One of the other things that I did is that I also Um, I also printed out all the Bible verses that they use to heal barren women inside the Bible, and I kept them around my desk or inside my house to remind myself that God's been creating miracle babies long before I was born for people that were afraid of conceiving or of having children, whether it because of age or infertility, etc., and that he was more than capable of giving me a bouncing, robustly healthy child. Okay, listening to hypnosis, like for fertility, is also really, really good as well, because it helps you release the anxiety. Hi, Sky. What's the angel message for my self-development as a healer? Much love, Patricia. Okay, let's have a look. Oop, 144. You got an angel number, Patricia. Okay, mermaids, what message do you have for Patricia? Oh, treasure chest. So there's clearly financial worries around you investing in your spiritual education. So let's take a moment to bring in Archangel Michael to clear those fears and just start affirming. Everything I invest comes back to me 1,000-fold, 1,000,000-fold. Everything I give returns to me. So every teacher I bless, every course that I take, that investment returns to me and is paid in full. Okay. Hi, Sky. It's Roma. She's saying, please, can I have a reading on my 6-year-old nephew? He's experiencing tummy, leg, and knee pain. Any advice on what's going on would be so helpful. Thank you very much. I'm going to bring in Archangel Raphael. We're just going to command an instant healing on his tummy, leg, and knee pain. Okay, so I'm immediately being shown that he's being bullied. Okay, he's being bullied, and there's an anxiety about moving forward, whether that's transitioning into a new grade or into a new environment or just moving from home to school, but he's being bullied. So it's so definitely boosting his self-esteem and maybe even homeschooling or moving him out of a toxic school environment, but he's not being protected. Knees are moving forward, belly is a lot of anxiety. I'm just going to vacuum that out and show him that he's safe and protected if he'll let me. Obviously under the law of grace, because he's so little. I'm just going to talk to his higher self for a second. Okay. Good morning, says Candace. Hi, beautiful. Would love a card. I'm working hard to follow spirit's guidance, but it's scary. I'm jumping I'm jumping without a net. It's in all ways, but it's the scariest is financial. Okay, so you can look at the language that you're telling your unconscious mind without meaning to. I'm jumping without a net. There is no bigger web. There is no bigger net than the web of life. You're not jumping without a net. You're jumping with 100,000 angels there to catch you. There was the illusion was that you had a net before, right? You didn't have a net before. You do have a net now. When you're following your divine guidance, you're going to be more financially provided for, more physically safe, more emotionally loved. You're going to have more in every way than you ever had before, right? When you do leaps of faith for God, he catches you every single time. So let's release this belief that you're jumping without a net and say you're jumping into God's arms, right? You have someone to catch you. You have a provider. You have a protector. There we go. Maybe for the first time in your life, but it's true. And we're just going to clear more stuff around talking about your services every single day. So one of the things that Doreen Virtue taught me when she was doing her live angel readings was that she would say over and over again, if you get nervous, focus on service. If you get nervous, focus on service. If you get nervous, focus on service. So when you are doing whatever it is that your angels are guiding you to do, so it might be that you're going to do cards, online. It might be that you're going to write copy, or which is like the little writing bit above your picture. It might be that you're going to make videos. It might be that you're going to do master classes. It might be that you're going to run a Facebook group. But you have to talk about how you are of service. You have to talk about more than just the cards or the angel readings. You guys, every single time I do an angel reading for you, I talk to you guys about medical intuitive. I talk to you guys about, the ways that I serve, whether it's through theta healing or hypnosis. I talk to you guys about it because it's what I love, but I also talk about it because there are new people listening who have no idea who I am or what I do. They don't know I'm a medical intuitive. They don't know why the angels have brought them here. They don't know how I can help or I can serve or how I can uplift or how I can hold a space or be a container. So that only comes from clear communication given and received. And then those people have their own discernment, whether they resonate with you, whether they don't resonate with you. But if you don't talk about your service on a consistent basis, and I would say on a daily basis, people won't associate that or connect that with you. Okay, so let's take a moment to just release any part of you that's nervous talking about your service. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Hi, Sky. I'm preparing for an interview for a reporting role working for NEOM, the Line Project, the city of the future built in the desert of Saudi Arabia. Wow. Do I have a chance to get this role? I thought that by getting a job would help me move my existing mortgage. I bought the wrong house and also give more time to work on my hypnotherapy business. Thank you. Let's have a look. Whoa. Okay, so before I even pull a card, I'm getting really strong that you definitely have a chance. Otherwise, they wouldn't be calling you in for an interview. So there's definitely a chance here. Okay, card that we got was yes. Okay, so you definitely have a chance, and this is a role that will help you both in your divine life purpose and to serve humanity. So you definitely have a chance. Trust your intuition, but I also really got pulled to like the word protection. So it's this energy of doing work on feeling completely safe and protected. That's your biggest block, is that you're scared of that level of visibility. You don't feel worthy. So I would do that work before you go into the interview. Please arrange a healing session or book yourself in for some work, because you need to know that you're completely safe and protected as you step into your power, as you move into higher visibility. When you walk into an interview, your job is to convince the other people that you are perfect for that job. And if you don't think you are, then you're going to struggle to do that, right? So let's release any beliefs that you have that you're not perfect or ready or prepared, and show you that you completely are in the highest and best way. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to do our closing prayer, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you know that you're supposed to be a medical intuitive and you want to be on the next cohort, I already have about 20 people signed up for the next round of medical intuitive. Drop me a DM or give me a call so that we can get this organized and sorted and make 2023 the year that you become a certified medical intuitive and you start your career officially working as a medical intuitive. Oh, great spirit, Father, Sky, Mother, Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives, and we thank you for these good, good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste.